I'm sure many of you are here from the Team Samurai video that I posted yesterday where I profiled my new and improved Zoodiac FA Synchro Combo deck. I don't really know what I'm calling it right now, but a lot of the questions on that video stemmed from the Zoodiac engine itself. I think the sort of level 1 thinking, and what I mean by that is the thinking that you can just, like, if you just read the cards and didn't think about the combos themselves, I'm pretty sure you can figure out that when you use Barrage to pop one of the field spells, it's a pretty cool combo. That obviously gets you a search, but what I saw a lot of comments asked was simply, well, what do you do with the guy you summon with the Barrage, and how does that really help things? So in today's video, I'm going to show you the most basic 3-card combo that the Zoodiac FA deck that I profiled on Team Sam's channel actually does, and also I'm going to go through the Cyber Dragon Infinity combo that I mentioned in the last combo video but that I didn't show off just because I saw some people confused about that as well. Now I do want to mention that I do have that other combo video. That one goes through the really basic 3 and 4 card FA combos and 1 2-card FA combo, although that one's probably obsolete now because I don't play that engine anymore. But that's like the best starting point for FAs, so certainly if you haven't played the deck but you're excited to play it after watching this video, go check that one out. I'll put a link at the end of the video. But anyway, here's a basic 3-card combo. Basically, you need Zoodiac Barrage, Cock-a-doodle-doo, and then any of the FA field spells. And with this, you can make either double Omega or 1 Omega and like the level 9 Synchro FA. There's a lot of different things you can do with it. Usually you have to make at least 1 Omega, and then the second guy that you make is kind of up to you. So let's take a look at what this does. I should also briefly mention that you can do similar combos if you just have a way to make Ancient Fairy Dragon without using your normal summon. One way you can do that, even though I'm not playing this in this deck, you can use Brilliant Fusion to make a 1-card Ancient Fairy Dragon. That works in this case as well, but I'm just going to show this combo because these are cards that I actually play. So if you're going first, you can special summon the Cock-a-doodle-doo. It comes out as a level 3 tuner, and then you can activate your Barrage, and you can activate your field spell. Barrage is going to pop the field... Here, let me move this stuff over. Barrage is going to pop the field spell, so when that happens, you're first going to special summon Zoodiac Thoroughblade, or whichever zoo monster you decide to play, and then the field spell's effect activates to search FA Auto Navigator. So from there, we're going to synchro summon. The Cock-a-doodle-doo is banished. I don't know if that really matters for this combo, but we bring out the Ancient Fairy Dragon, and then from there, we're going to normal summon Auto Navigator and use its search effect. Now, I usually say it doesn't matter which field spell you grab here, but you have to grab whichever field spell you didn't start with because their graveyard search effects are hard once per turns. So in this case, we're going to grab FA Off-Road Grand Prix because we started with this city. So after that, we are going to activate Off-Road Grand Prix and then use Ancient Fairy Dragon to destroy it. So this, much like the combos I talked about in the last video, not only triggers like the Ancient Fairy Dragon search, which is going to grab us, in this case, we'll just say we'll grab another, I don't even know. I guess we'll just grab another city. That's kind of the one that you want to end on, and that's one that we started with. So you grab the field spell, but then it also triggers the field spell in the graveyard to add another FA card to your hand. So in this case, we want to grab a level 4 FA monster. We'll just say in this example, we'll grab Hang on Mock, but it could be Whipcrosser as well. That part doesn't really matter. And from here, what you're going to do is you're going to special summon the level 4 monster with Ancient Fairy Dragon, and then not activate the field spell yet. You're going to go ahead and make your first Omega. So the important thing about Omega here is that what you're going to do is immediately use its effect to take a card out of your opponent's hand, because that way it gets itself off of the field, so you open up the extra monster zone. So from there, you then have your basic 3-card combo setup of having a level 4 monster, a field spell, and then an auto navigator. So you can do any of the combos that you would have been able to do normally, except for the Cyber Dragon Infinity play, which I'll talk about in a second, because that one requires having another field spell in hand. But from here, you can activate the Grand Prix. Now, if you want to end with a second copy of Omega or a rank 4 monster, you're only going to increase the Hang on Mock by the 2 levels from the field spell. If you want to end with level 9 Synchro Monster, you are going to increase it the full 3 levels. But let's say if you really just want the 2 Omega, which in a lot of cases is the optimal opening, you only increase it to level 6, and then you special summon the Auto Navigator from the graveyard. So this guy goes down to level 4. This guy comes out at level 2, but then increases by the FA City Grand Prix to level 4. So now you have 2 level 4 monsters, one's a tuner, so we can go ahead and synchro up for another Omega. Now this one, you probably won't want to immediately use the effect. You can get the mild value of shuffling or putting back the cock-a-doodle-doo during your opponent's standby phase and then taking a card out of their hand. But if you have like a soul charge or something, you might want to use the banishing or the taking card out of your opponent's hand effect just so that you could then summon more extra deck monsters. But just with the basic 3-card combo, you're not doing that. So that's sort of one of the combos why you're going to play Zoodiacs. Now, in a lot of cases, it's just fine to just have Barrage and a field spell. That can still get you to a Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon if you want to. Basically, here, I'll just show you that. So if you just have Barrage and a field spell, what you can do is activate Barrage, activate the field spell. Barrage, pop the field spell. So what happens here, once again, is that we can special summon our Thoroughblade, and then the field spell kicks in. We add Auto Navigator. You normal summon the Auto Navigator, use its effect to search out the other field spell, and then from there you synchro summon for Ancient Fairy Dragon. Once again, you can see that Ancient Fairy Dragon is an incredibly important card to the strategy because of how much it can cycle through the field spells. So we summon this guy, and then this part's a little wonky, just because you're not wasting an Auto Navigator, but you're not getting as much value as you could have. But this is just a play you can make if you don't open level 4 guys, or any monsters really, just Barrage and the field spell. So you activate this field spell, Ancient Fairy Dragon pops it. Once again, it is very important to grab the field spell that you didn't start with so you can get the second search. In this case, we're going to now grab, let me see here, we're going to grab a second copy of the Auto Navigator with the field spell graveyard effect, and then also just like probably City Grand Prix with the field, or with the Ancient Fairy Dragon. From there, we're going to then special summon this guy from our hand. Now we already use the search effect, so we don't get a second search effect. And then from there, you can then make either, you can make Cypher Lord Omega, but in a lot of cases, you'll just want to make Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. This card's pretty good right now. So that's kind of that combo. What are the good things about this combo? The good things are that this is technically a +1. You end with 3 cards and you start with just 2. It also is cool in this combo and the other combo that the Barrage stays on the board. So next turn, you could then activate this and Barrage, pop this to special summon another Zoodiac monster, which is why it's really important to play 2 Zoodiac monsters. But that's sort of like the really minimal combo here if you don't open a way to get to Ancient Fairy Dragon without your normal summon. If you just open a field spell and Barrage, you can at least make Crystal Wing and sort of set you up for some momentum on the next turn. So that's pretty good. I wouldn't say that it's the combo you're really shooting for, but it definitely exists, so it's good to know about. And now I just want to briefly show you guys, because this was a pretty common question, how do you make Cyber Dragon Infinity with just the basic 3-card combo? And it's not that complicated, which I think a lot of people thought it was. So all you need, sorry, just moving stuff out of the way. So all you need is going to be just any level 4 monster, any field spell, and then the Auto Navigator. So this is like your basic 3-card combo. You can make level 8 synchro, level 9 synchro, or a rank 4 or a rank 5. And what you do here, because the rank 5 part is a little tricky, basically you're going to summon level 4, activate the field spell, make this guy level 7, special summon the Auto Navigator. Auto Navigator adds the field spell, a different field spell to your hand, although in this case it doesn't matter too much. So now you have a level 4 monster and a level 7 monster. Now from here, pay attention because it's kind of weird. So you're going to get rid of this field spell by activating the new one. So this does 2 things. First of all, it lowers both of these guys by 2 levels, and then when this resolves, they're both going to go back up by 2 levels, but this one is going to go up by 3 levels because it gets the bonus level from when you activate an FA field spell. That's really important because that means that this guy stays level 5, but this one that was level 4 is now level 5, and they're both machine monsters, so you can overlay both of them to summon your, let me grab this guy, you can summon your Cyber Dragon Nova, and as long as that's good, you can summon Cyber Dragon Infinity. Now I do want to say, and this is really important, this is not the optimal turn 1 play in almost every single situation. The level 9 synchro is usually better than this. Omega is usually better than this. Crystal Wing is usually better than this. The only time you really want to make this card, even though Cyber Dragon Infinity is cool, it's awesome that you can negate stuff, the only time you want to make this is really on like your second or third turn. And basically what you're trying to do is set up a point where you have Auto Navigator, a level 4 monster both in graveyard with a pit stop engrave. So every single turn you can recycle the pit stop with Cyframe Lord Omega, and then special summon level 4, and then make that combo every single turn. That's what you're really trying to do, not trying to make Cyber Dragon Infinity on turn 1, because in this case, and this is sort of a big deal, you can see that we minused. We actually lost card advantage to make this guy, and while that's fine for some decks and for some plays, it's really not fine for FAs. Usually, just making the level 9 Synchro Monster is a lot more of a secure play. You don't lose card advantage, and also you have a guy that, while he can't negate effects, it's like impossible to get rid of him through normal means, so it doesn't really matter. And also you have this sort of momentum from, if you get to level 13, which you probably will in the next turn, you can then start special summoning guys from the graveyard. But I just wanted to let you know that this play does in fact exist. Now I do want to quickly mention, just as sort of like a wrap up for this video, one of the questions I got is, when you have like this combo, or when you have these guys on the board with your first field spell, and this guy's level 4 and this guy's level 5, a lot of people asked, and I probably should have mentioned this at the beginning of the video, now that I think of it, but a lot of people asked, why does this guy stay level 4 and not become level 6? And the simple answer to this, and this is basically, if you're playing this deck and you want to explain to people how the level increasing effects work, this is what the judging group told me when I asked. Basically, and this is going to sound way easier than it actually might seem, if a card increases the level of something, increase the level of the monsters. If a card decreases the level of something, decrease the level of the monsters. And then lastly, and this is the really important part, if a card that is increasing the level of the monsters leaves the field, decrease levels of those monsters. So what does that mean? That means that if City Grand Prix is activated and you have this guy, you make him level 6 because you're activating a card that increases its levels. And then when you summon Auto Navigator, you now have decreased levels, so just apply the decreased level effect. And then after that, if you then play like another field spell, and let's say you just like set it, well, now they lose 2 levels. It's really that simple. And I know it sounds confusing when you first play this deck, but it really is just increase stuff when it says increase, decrease stuff when it says decrease. There's nothing like a baseline level, like this is always level 4, so like when the effect resolves it goes back up by 2 levels. No, it's just, this is an effect that's applied. If you apply another effect to decrease the levels, now it's at that decreased level setting or whatever. So that's basically all I wanted to say in this video. I wanted to show off the basic Zoodiac combos, and I wanted to show off some older combo that I should have shown off in the last video. Make sure to go check out the last video. I'll link it pretty much at the end of this video, but I will see you guys later. Bye.